The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a portfolio page. Okay, so before we make a portfolio page, let's go to the main WordPress dashboard and let's see what we have under the portfolio items. So we have all these dummy items that got imported with the theme demo, and we have all these dummy categories that also got imported. Now, there's no tags, so we're not gonna touch that. Go to categories and delete the existing categories. So select delete, apply all. Okay, and then go to portfolio items and delete all the portfolio items. We're not gonna need them. We're gonna create our own. Okay, so empty the trash just so you get rid of them, or if you want to keep them so you have them as a reference for later, you can do that too. Now let's create a new item, and we're gonna need images for this item. So before we create this item, let's add some images. So go to add new, select, and I've already made a bunch of saved a bunch of images for my gallery. So I'm gonna have cars and I'm gonna have animals, and let's just upload all the car pictures for my car gallery. I'm only gonna use 4, just not to waste time, because you'll get the idea of what I'm doing. So wait for them to finish uploading, and then we're gonna put them into our pages. Our portfolio pages. They're not exactly pages like this, but they have a similar structure, except they're called portfolio items. So they're finished. Let's assign them to categories. We don't have a category to assign it to, so let's create that category. And it's going to be images. Sorry, let's type this in: portfolio, cars. Add new media category, and then we're going to add portfolio animals. Add new category. Okay, that's good. Let's go back to media, and let's add these to the categories. So click on cars, click the next image arrow, click on cars. Again, select the cars category, and this is the next image that's part of the blog, so we're just going to exit. Now if you refresh this library, you have all the cars under one category. There they are. Actually, you know what, let's add a little bit more images just so our category, just so our portfolio looks a lot nicer. So let's add a few more. Let's add all of these. And we'll add them to the category cars after they're finished uploading. Alright, so select the image, again click on cars to add it to the car category. Do the same for all images. And we've already added those to the car category. So they're all there. Next, let's add some more pictures of animals. So I'm gonna go to my folder, I'm gonna go to animals, and I'm gonna add all these nice pictures. And all these pictures are from unsplash.com, like I showed you earlier, where to get free pictures. So just upload them all and wait for the upload to finish. Okay, now that the images have finished uploading, let's add them to the animals category. Click next, animals. Do this for all images. And this way our images will be nicely organized into categories. Now remember, you had to have installed the Enhanced Media plugin for WordPress. It's a free plugin. Okay, so this one is cars, so exit. Yeah, it's a free plugin. It's called Enhanced Media Library, and it allows you to create categories for your media library, so you can categorize your pictures. By default, WordPress doesn't allow you to do that because it's very lightweight, and it assumes that if you want extra features, just get a free plugin. Alright, so now that the images are added, they're all here. You can filter them by cars, animals. You know, here there's your blog images, and then there's other categories where they display images that are not in the in any category. So, and then you have all images. Okay, so let's create a portfolio item and call it animals. And normally I would create categories by going to portfolio categories or pages categories, post categories. Actually, pages don't have categories. But you can also add categories straight from the page, right? So if you don't want to go to the other page and click on categories, add new categories, you can just add them right here. So you can add new category, and under here, just type in animals. And there it is. And if you go back here, it will be automatically added right there, right? So you can add categories from the category screen, or you can add them directly from each post or page or whatever, portfolio items. And so let's create another category, call it cars. Add that. Okay, let's close these. Alright, so you have your animals item, portfolio item, and it's in a category. So I'm just going to save it to publish it. Publish it to save it. And then click on the advanced layout editor. Here, let's add a 1x1 row, and we're going to add a media element called masonry gallery. Now this is a really nice gallery that this page builder allows you to build. So here, click on add edit gallery. And here, we're going to select images that we want to add. So this was what? Animals? And so you select the animals category, then you click on the first image, scroll down, hold shift, and click on the last image. And now all of the images are selected. Here, you can just click add to gallery. And then you can reverse order them. You can click and drag the order of these images. Once you're done and you like the order, click insert, and then click on save. Now let's update the page to see how it looks. Okay, hold Control or Command on a Mac, click this link, go to the gallery. There we go. It looks a little bit bad because it's got these image names right on the bottom, and I also don't want a sidebar on my category pages. On my portfolio pages, and I really don't like these. We can leave the breadcrumbs, and we can leave the portfolio name here. So I'm just going to remove the sidebar, and I'm going to change the way these images look because they're a little bit grayed out. So you can change all those settings. So let's go back to the portfolio item page. And let's scroll down and select no sidebar. Let's update. Wait for this page to load. Once it's finished loading, you can refresh the front. So the sidebar is gone. Now let's edit the images. I'm going to click on the masonry gallery. I'm going to go down. And here's the number of images that you want to limit the display to. So, after, let's say, you put 10 images, you click save, update. Now I have more than 10 images in my gallery, so if you go down, there's a second page. So we don't want that. I want all my pictures on one page. So I'm gonna go back to gallery, masonry gallery, and I'm just gonna set this limit to, I don't know, I'm gonna set it high. I'm gonna set it to like 30 images. So 30 images will be displayed per page. columns, you can leave that blank. Pagination, display load more. Instead of the pagination, you can actually have a load more button that you can click and more images will get loaded. But actually, let's select it and let's go back and see how the button looks. It actually looks really good, so I just want to show you that. Click on update, click refresh, go down. Did we not save our settings? Display pagination, load more button. Okay, something got a little bit screwed up. Now refresh. Okay, so now you have a load more button, and you click that button and boom, you have more images. So you don't have to go to the next page. Everything is in one page. You just click the load more button. Alright, so let's go back and set the number of images to display to 30, way above the number that we need. And here what we're gonna do is change the grid size to perfect grid, and image overlay. If you look at the images now, they look a little bit gray until you hover over them. So that's the image overlay, and it's activated. So we're going to deactivate that. Leave this light box as is. And what else do we need to set here to make it look nice? Go to Elements and display title and excerpt. Display none. These are these little image names right here. Now, normally you would name your images properly. I haven't named my images, so they're showing up as just random numbers. But normally you would name your images properly. So if they're named properly, you probably don't even have to hide this right here. But since I didn't name my images, I'm just gonna hide it. So display neither under element captions. Click save. Click update. Click refresh. And now the images are clear. All of them are showing, but this gap is a little bit big, so I want to remove the gap. So the way you do that is under gap, you can pick 1 pixel gap. Save that. Actually, I don't like the way this portfolio kind of looks, so I'm gonna pick this grid layout, flexible masonry layout. Click save, update, refresh the page. Still looks a little weird. You know what? I think these images are too big. Let's make 3 columns. So the number of columns here, set it to 3. Save, update. Oh, that looks much nicer. 3 columns, and see how they're lined up properly. 2 of these images that are more horizontal equal the height of the image that's like more vertical. You know, they look perfectly aligned. That's really nice. But at the end, I guess we run out of images, so it looks kind of cut off. If you don't like the way it looks right here, I guess pick a different grid layout. Let's try the third one. This one's nice. So I'm just gonna leave it like that for the animals. And if you want, you can like add something to the top, like you can drag an element and like add a text block and write a description on top here. But it's really up to you. I don't know what you want to make with your website, so I'm just showing you all these random things. But in the page builder is where you have all the building blocks to build your website. So go nuts. Do whatever you want. If you get stuck, send me an email or post comments in the YouTube. It's much better that way. It's more organized that way. Alright, so the animals I'm happy with. Let's create another gallery, portfolio for the cars. So let's add new, and let's call it antique cars. Advanced layout editor. Oh, pick the cars category. no sidebar. These settings down here, you can just hide them by clicking at the top right here. So you can expand them, you can hide them, you can hide all of these, or you can just hide them all together by going to the screen options and like unchecking these. Okay, so let's add another block, media element, masonry gallery. Oh, let's put that inside there. And let's click on it. Let's add all the cars. Let's pick our category, cars. Select the first one, hold shift, select the last one, add to gallery. Change the order that you like. Insert gallery. Number of images, 30. Columns, 3. Display pagination, use a load more button. Perfect grid, 1 pixel gap, overlay deactivated, open the images in a lightbox, save, publish. Let's close the animals tab and let's preview the cars. Okay, so there we go. Oh, I forgot to delete the name of the image. Okay, so click here, go to captions, display title and excerpt, display neither, save, update, refresh. There we go, there's your gallery. And you can play around with the different layout settings. Like I said, just go here, pick whichever grid style that you like, which one looks best, and that's that. You have your portfolio items. Now you need a page to display all the different portfolio items that you have. So you want to have a page that's going to have a link to cars and that's going to have a link to animals, right? So we're going to leave the portfolio items alone. We're done here. I'm just going to close this tab. I'm going to close some of these tabs. There's too many tabs open. Close that. I'm going to go back to pages, and here I'm going to make a page called portfolio. Okay, turn on the advanced layout editor. Say that you want no sidebars here, and click on publish just to save it. And now let's create, what I want to do is I want to have 2 blocks side by side, and then I'm going to add an image that represents the portfolio, and the image is going to link to the portfolio. So I'm just going to click and drag an image here and an image there. Another way to do this, you can, like once you build an element, you can just click clone, and boom, you have the element with the image. So like there's all these different ways to work with a page builder. I'm just trying to show you some shortcuts because I want you to be really good at this, guys. Let's add a half page. Again, add this image here, or you can clone it however you want. Alright, so click on this image here. We're going to insert an image, and the first image is going to be, it's going to link to animals. So I'm going to click this image here, and I'm going to pick a different size. Now I want a size that's, try different sizes, but a size that I'm going to pick is 495 by 400. Insert. Image is centered, image styling, hover effect, slight increase in size. Yeah, check this. It's going to create a little increase in size effect when you hover over the image. So the image is going to like zoom in a little bit. It's going to look really nice. Under link settings, click on this. Click on the portfolio because we're going to be linking to portfolio items. And then from here, click on animals. And you want to open this link in the same window, not in the new window. Unless you want to open it in a new window, but it's up to you. Image caption, no caption. Oh, sorry, no caption. Animals. Sorry, animations. Fade in, pop out. Let's use fade in. Click to save. Here, let's add an image of a car. What do I want? What's a nice looking car? That one looks nice. 495 by 400. Insert. center, hover effect, yes, link, let's link to the cars item, same window, caption, no caption, animation, fade in, click save, click update. Let's check out how the portfolio looks now. Okay, so you have these two images. It looks not too bad. I mean, when you add more items to the portfolio, it's gonna look better. But you can change the settings of these different blocks. You can add borders, and like you can remove borders and add padding. You can add a background color. Here, where it says space between columns, I'm gonna pick no space. Click save, and under the second box, if you go to edit, you're not gonna have that option, because whatever settings you add in this first box that contains the image will be applied to the second box. So no space between columns, that means there's not going to be any space between columns on in the second box with an image here. So let's click on update and see what that did. Refresh. I guess these are too small of an image not to have any space between them. So let's change these images to a different size and see how that looks. Let's pick this bear again. Let's pick an image that looks like this. So 845 by 684. And let's see how that looks. Ooh, these are huge now. But still, now there's no space because the image is big enough that there's no space. Before, the image was a little bit small, so there's nothing we could do about the space. But now the images are big. And if you click on the link, it will take you to the animals portfolio, right? And if you go back, or you can just click here. Actually, no, we haven't done this yet. Click back. Click on the cars. There you go. And if you click on an individual image, it will pop up a light box, and then you can scroll through the images. And you can use your keys on the keyboard to scroll through them. You can press the escape key to exit, or if you want to exit, you can just click this X button right here, or click anywhere on the dark screen, and the image will disappear, right? So that's how you go through categories. I mean, through images in your category, right? So click on an image and scroll through it. It looks beautiful. Exit. That's great. Okay, another thing I want to do is I want to add a bunch of images on the bottom. So I'm just going to add another block one by one, and I'm going to add a media element. I'm just going to call it gallery. I'm just going to add a gallery. It's not going to be a fancy gallery, just like a regular gallery. And I'm going to add images to this gallery. Select all the images that I want to add. So I'm just going to select all these animals here. I'm just going to add them to the bottom of the page. So add to gallery, insert gallery, small thumbnails, preview image size, gallery columns 5, use lightbox, yes, thumbnail effect, fade in. Let's see what that did. Update, refresh, and then you have all those images that just show up right here, right? So you can click on these and you can just scroll through them, or you can go to the different categories: animals, cars, So that's how you make a gallery. And basically you can play around with these settings, you can do whatever you want. You can have a preview image above the small thumbnails, right? So big image with thumbnail below. So pick that for the gallery style and click save. Click update, refresh. Oh, it's too big. So now when you hover over these, they will change. The big image will change, right? They don't look very crisp. That's because we need to change the image size setting. So big preview image, it's pulling this small size, 495 by 400. That's why these are so blurry. So if you want to make it crisp, just change the big preview image to, change it to 1030 by 1030. No, sorry, 1030. Yeah, let's do that. Update, refresh, and now the images are much crisper because a bigger size is getting pulled and not a small size that's just getting stretched out and getting all pixelated. So that's how you make a gallery, right? You can do whatever you want. Now I don't want that big preview image there, it's too big. I'm just gonna change this to small thumbnails, save, update, refresh, and you got all these small images and the two big portfolio items. So you can get as creative as you want here, create as many galleries, masonry galleries, regular galleries, whatever you want. So now let's add this portfolio page to our menu. So go to appearance, menus, and you're not going to see this portfolio page here on the side, and that's because this option is hidden by default. So we got to go to the top of the screen, and right here we can check portfolio items. Close the screen, and now there we go. We got portfolio items under here, and we can just check them. We can add them to menu. Then we're going to add the portfolio page to menu. And then we're going to take the two portfolios and we're going to put it under the portfolio. So we're going to just drag it like this. And if you click on this item, you can set up a mega menu. That's when you have a lot of items in your menu, but in this case we're not going to use a mega menu. It's just going to be a regular menu. So make sure it's set to regular menu, or I mean this box is not checked for any of these items unless you need to. And click save to update your menu. Go back to your website, click on the logo, go to the front, and now there's your portfolio. You have your portfolio page and you have the two portfolio items, antique cars and animals. If you click on one of them, you're taken directly to the portfolio. And if you want to go to the main portfolio page, you click that and you're at the main portfolio page. Alright, so we're done with the portfolio page. Next, let's work on the footer.